Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Agents of Atlas, issue number 1. I believe this is volume 2. New Agents of Atlas doesn't count. That's a different title. Anyway, let's get talking about this book. Also, I'm going to say some things that are probably going to wind up pissing people off, and it's not done on purpose. It is purely done through, I suppose, ignorance. If I say the word Asian and somebody gets pissed, it's one thing to get pissed. It's an entirely different level of existence to actually be able to explain why it bothers you and to give suitable alternatives to say. I don't know why the word Asian is annoying to people. I genuinely don't. And it doesn't seem to affect too many people. So even the outliers, please explain why and give alternatives. In the meantime, Pan-Asian is used in here. I'm wondering if that's a little bit better to use. I don't know why. Somebody please explain that also. Okay, let's get moving. So, this was a really freaking good book. Holy crap, this was a good book. There were 2 stories in here. I'm going to tell you about all the people who made those stories, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the book itself. Okay, The Portal City of Pan, Part 1. Written by Greg Pak, drawn by Nico Leon, colored by Federico Blee. Behind the Veil is the second story in here, written by Jeff Parker, Carlos Pagliuca, sorry if I butchered that name, really sorry indeed. Inked by Jason Paz and colored by Dano Sanchez-Almara. The letterer is VC's Joe Sabino for the whole story, and the cover artist is, here comes another one I'm going to butcher, Jungwen Yoon. Whole bunch of variant cover artists doing the best I can. Okay, so the first story, Jimmy Woo, Silk, Braun, Shang-Chi, Luna Snow, Crescent, Swordmaster, Arrow, and Wave. Holy crap, we've got a team book. Oh, we've got a serious team book. And this is an awesome story, dude. This is a beautiful freaking story where I'm just saying, Greg Pak was thinking this one out. Okay? This is a story that just a little tiny bit, maybe, just maybe, puts into question the idea of how bad would it be if we didn't have borders? You know how a lot of times on the news we'll say, oh, they want open borders. Oh! Okay. So let's actually think about, instead of using your emotion, because nobody gives a rat's ass about your stupid emotions. You could be wrong. I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. But let's just, without making a judgment or even having an opinion, let's just simply ask the question. If is the reaction to open borders, fine then, please tell me what would happen if we had open borders. Yeah, we're about to explore that in this particular story because, wow, I really liked this. I liked this story a lot. Basically, it's kind of a way of just making, like the way that it's teleportation, the way they're using it, but open teleportation just for 24 hours, though, only for 24 hours. And yet some way, somehow, we've got to answer the question, what would it be like if we could just walk through different cities in different countries just by walking? If it was literally that close. Everything was walking distance. Yeah. Like, would we start building trains that would bring us there faster? Excuse me. Would we have passport stations right there? You know, just to be sure. Would we be able to save money on planes? Would they start charging? Actually, they will start charging for this after the first 24 hours. And it's basically just private entrepreneurship. I'm just saying, this is such a freaking great, novel, innovative idea. I am completely beside myself right now by how good this concept is. We're going to see how it actually plays out. This is only issue 1. But the concept alone, wow, I love that. I love that we're exploring this. Okay, for the second story, we got a couple different characters in this, and this one's a little bit weirder, but that's okay, as if the first one wasn't weird enough. We have several different characters in this. One of them is freaking 3D Man. Wow. Wow. When's the last time we've seen this guy? Wow. So 3D Man is in this. Venus is in this. We're going old school. Like Venus, that was the first appearance of Thor in all, well, enough of the Asgardians. But Thor specifically, the Marvel 616 universe. Is it quite the same-ish? Let's get talking. We got the Uranian, who I'm not familiar with. I'm also not familiar with M11. But we all know Namora, right? Namorita is the android, not the android, the clone one. But Namora, who's in here, no, she's all natural, baby, all natural. But she's wearing clothes. Anyway, this was a really good story, man. All of these. This is a good book, guys. Don't sleep on this one. Don't Just don't do it. I'm telling you. This could completely fail, and if it completely fails, it's not my fault. But looking at this from and we're just clearing up stuff from the War of the Realms, and it's great. I love that this is the book that's really continuing that. And this is a story, this is a comic book, just like Arrow, just like Swordmaster. These 3 books could completely change the comic book scene and wind up making it so that comic books start making a whole lot more money, because we could start bringing in manga fans, and this would be the gateway. These 3 books would be the gateway. Yeah, I see zero wrong with that. Definitely consider grabbing this book. It's an issue 1. I got, one of the variant covers, and it's a beautiful thing, man. Absolutely beautiful thing. Yeah, check it out. Like I said, don't sleep on this one. Yeah, and here's the funny thing about it. I know it's like all Pan-Asian characters and whatnot. I don't see a whole lot of political story in here. I don't see a whole lot of ethnic story in here. I don't see a lot of pandering in here, as a lot of people like to say. The only pan would be the Pan-American. No, this is legit just a really good book featuring characters that most of us aren't familiar with the exception of Shang-Chi and Braun and all that stuff. Also, great to see that with Champions canceling, we'll still have a home for Braun. Obviously, Greg Pak loves the character. Cool. Keep going. And if you play, I can't remember which video game it is, Contest of Champions, I think it is, whatever it is, Luna Snow, you're familiar with her. Arrow has her own book. That Swordmaster also. And of course, there's Cindy Moon, Silk. So it's a really good team book. Characters that we're familiar with, we could become more familiar with, and a whole bunch of other characters that we're going to need to become more familiar with. Yeah, I'm looking forward to issue 2 and 10 and 50. You get the point. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.